Michelle Ward,
Yes, Tanya Geisler.
what's your thing? Tell me what your thing is.
It's your thing. Oh my God, I'm going to sing everything with you right now. So my thing is that I'm the When I Grow Up coach, and I help creative types devise the career they think they can't have or discover it to begin with. So all throughout their career transitions, they don't know what they want to be when they grow up. They know what they're doing isn't working, or they know exactly what they want to do, but they can't even think how they could get there without moving into their parents' basement, or they have their thing and they're doing it, but it's not working out quite as they want. I work with those people as the When I Grow Up coach. That's my thing.
How did you find it, honey?
Oh my God. The short story, and it's probably still going to be a little long because my thing is that I use 10 words when I could use 3. It's part of my thing. I started out as a Broadway baby. My life was my musical theater performances, school plays, blah, blah, blah. Since I was 6, I got into NYU's Tisch School of the Arts, very prestigious, early acceptance for the musical theater program, and was so excited, thought that was my ticket to Broadway, freedom, wonderful career. Graduated a year early because I wanted to start pounding the pavement, was excited to get out there and do it.
That's also your thing, by the way.
Oh, totally my thing, totally my thing. And so after about 5 years of pounding that pavement, I kind of had to acknowledge the voice in my head that went from being like very tiny in the back of my head and very quiet to like getting louder and louder and becoming like a monster and eating my head and saying like, this isn't what you want to do as a grown-up anymore. And it was traumatic and heartbreaking and devastating. It was like my best friend died or I lost my right arm. It was horrible. But I found life coaching because I think because I was so conditioned that I was doing something that I loved as a career, that it was unacceptable to me to do something that I didn't love as a career. And at the time, I really listened to that voice and said, okay, I'm not going to audition as a career anymore. I'm not going to pursue acting. I was working like a grown-up job, 401k and insurance. It was the first time I had insurance, which was very not through my parents or whatever. And I had a horrible boss, and I liked aspects of the job, but the environment was terrible. And I was like, I know I can't stay here. What else can I do? And I wanted something grown up, and I found life coaching. So that didn't work out at all, but it did. And because it made so much sense for me to be an entrepreneur once I really started dissecting things and looking into things and what I would love. And the thought of helping other creative types through their career transitions and being the coach that I needed at the time for other people, like that was it. Like that's all I wanted to do. So that's how I found my thing.
And a lot of the work that I do with my clients, you know, there's an absolute no, like a deal-breaking no.
Yes.
There are chronic curiosities.
Mm-hmm.
There are itches that want to be scratched. These are all sort of places that we look. And I'm in love with your look for your uniquity.
It's one of my things that I love to talk about, and I really work with my clients on because it's how I feel like I built my business in the way that I did, and why I'm able to do this full time and be as successful as it. But yeah, I'll own it. I've been, I'm happy with where things have gone and how I'm doing. And I see that in every single arena, especially people that want to be entrepreneurs. A lot of us, especially us ladies who just want to like please everyone and not rock the boat and just make everyone happy and help everyone and give our stuff away, it has to stop. It has to stop. You need to really be able to say, who would I love to work with? Because you know what? I get to say that those are the people I want to work with, whether you're going to be an entrepreneur or not. Even if you're like, you need to know what type of environment am I going to thrive in? Who are the people that I'm going to work the best with? Who is it that I want to serve? Who do I want to work alongside of? What type of people are they? And then who am I? So I could really, I hate using the word branding, but that's kind of what everyone understands in terms of branding yourself as an entrepreneur, business person for your business, or again, just kind of separating yourself from the pack if you're looking to get hired someplace else.
Right.
But your uniquity is what makes you you, what makes you different. And I really learned that lesson a little too late, I think, when I was pounding the pavement as an actor, because it was just drilled into me that I had to not stand out. I had to just, I can't wear anything that distracts from my face. My clothes had to be muted because the attention had to be, you know, on my songs. And, you know, I might as well just blend in with the other 450 20-something-year-old girls that were going for the same, you know, 5 parts that I was going for. And finally, when I realized that that is the opposite of how I get cast. I get cast as like loud and broad and funny because that's who I am and what I do and how I sing and how I perform. I kind of went,
how we love you.
Yeah, well, yeah, thank you. And I kind of went, why would I hide this? Until I got to the room and I started singing. Like, I need people to know this right away. And I bought a new dress that had bright polka dots on it, and I took new headshots with the bright blue background and did all these things to just put myself out there, and it was me. And it was amazing what I saw. When I would come into the room, I would get this like lean in from the table, and I could tell there was no one else that kind of came into the room the way I did. I was getting a lot more auditions. I was getting a lot more callbacks. If I wasn't booking more jobs, I was getting more people calling me saying, you auditioned for me 6 months ago, and now I want you to come in for this, because they remembered me. So bringing that all into my business and knowing I might send people away because I'm loud and I say amazeballs a lot and I use a lot of exclamation points, and I'm like, could be this far away from being like an annoying enthusiastic. And if those people don't get it, like, good, go away. I want to work with them. Like, this is who I am. This is who you're getting when you decide to work with me. Buy something that I'm selling. You're gonna get a 50-page rhyming career change workbook.
Yes, you are.
You know, like, that's what you're getting.
People that are watching this are looking for their things.
Yes.
May well be in that spot of like, I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be, but it's not quite fitting.
Yeah.
What's the prescription to getting at our uniquities?
I wish it was that easy. I wish it was like,
oh
here's
no,
the fairy dust.
You make it hard. I like it.
Here's the fairy dust. I think there's so many different things. It really is about looking within yourself to, what do I love to do? What are the rules according to me? Like, for me, you know, sweet potato fries are the best food ever, and a day doesn't start right unless it starts with Judge Judy. Like, those are my rules. And also, you know, never give up on your dreams, do what you love, follow your passion. Those are my things. So like, really get into, what do I believe? What do I know? What have I learned? What do I love to do that's been pretty consistent? What do I do well? And really dig into those things, put them all in one place. And then even if you could bring in the friends and family finding, bring in emails that people have sent you that say that thank you for things, your reviews, your report cards, your whatever, put them into one place. And once you start having everything in one place, you're going to see those threads. And that's a really good place to start. Really good.
Oh my God, yeah. So is there anything else that you think that this group of really savvy readers needs to know about finding their thing you really want them to hold as they go off on their gorgeous days?
I think what comes to mind is just don't discount anything. Don't discount anything. There is nothing that is small. There's nothing that is inconsequential. There's nothing to discount. And really allow yourself, even if it's for a week, just say, you know what? For this 1 week of my whole life, I'm going to just suspend the belief that, like, I'm not going to censor myself. I'm not going to say that something doesn't count. I'm not going to say, but I can't make a career out of this. So what? Who cares if I love reading and I read 20 novels in a month? It doesn't matter. It's not a career. Don't negate anything. Everything counts. Everything's on the table. Put it all out there. Own it. Acknowledge it. Put it in that one place. Write it down. Don't discount it. Please. I beg you. And curtain. Scene. Your transcriber is gonna be like, how do I
I know.